Hello, hello. This is Roz Brooks, your health and wellness strategist, teaching you how to have a healthy mind, body, and life you love. So, I have met many women over the last couple years who are anemic, and it is a trend that is happening so very much. Hey, Steve, thanks for tuning in. Hi, Dahana. Thanks for tuning in. And I need you to ask yourself, why is it that so many women, so many people, actually as women and children predominantly, are anemic? Why is this? It's not a coincidence. And I just have to get my mind right and get my heart right because I don't want to cry on camera when I do this video. And the video is simply going to be titled The Food, the Food, the Food. So you can just imagine what that video is going to be about. But so many people now have anemia, and I want to talk about it a little bit tonight. I would imagine if you have, well, I'm not going to go over all of the symptoms because I guess I can go over a few of them, but if you are anemic, you know that you are, and you've probably already been diagnosed. So pale, yellow, saggy skin, fatigue, lack of energy is the biggest reason that most people say that kind of know that they have anemia. Shortness of breath, weakness, rapid heartbeat, a craving for ice or clay or cornstarch, that kind of thing, brittle nails, hair loss. So those are some of the symptoms of anemia. And basically anemia is just not enough red blood cells, not enough healthy red blood cells. So hi Eldridge, thanks for tuning in. If you don't have enough healthy red blood cells, and that is what carries oxygen through the body, why is it that you wouldn't have, sorry about that, my phone turned off. Hi Linda, thanks for tuning in. Why is it that you wouldn't have healthy red blood cells? Why is it that you wouldn't have a healthy anything? A healthy liver, a healthy spleen, a healthy pancreas? Why is it that you don't have healthy red blood cells? So the reason we don't have healthy anything is because we are nutrient deficient. We are deficient in the vitamins, the minerals, water, exercise, all of that we are deficient in. Hey, Kim. Hey, Amber. Thanks for tuning in. So this thought came to me today when I was preparing for this. Hey, Bobby. Thanks for tuning in. This came to me today. God gave me this. So there are so many labels of different health issues. So we have anemia, we have high blood pressure, we have diabetes, we have gout, we have IBS, we have celiac, we have a myriad of different things, hundreds of them. Guess what? The root cause of every single one of them is nutrient deficiency. Every single issue that we have, it doesn't matter what the doctor calls it. It is nutrient deficiency causes 94% of every single thing that you have. This is why when I'm helping people to overcome, hey, Miss Brandy, this is when I'm helping people to overcome different health issues and diseases and all of that, I can use the same plan. And people wonder, wow, how do you know how to heal high cholesterol? And how do you know how to heal diabetes? Because all of it stems from nutrient deficiency. And it's the same with anemia. So let's go ahead and dive into it right now. And if you have a paper and pencil, that would be handy. I could possibly, no, I'm not going to even promise that I'm going to write out stuff and post it. You'll just probably have to hit the rewind button if you need to get a little bit You didn't get it all. So the biggest thing I want you to understand is that vitamin C increases the rate of iron absorption. And also 100% of the things that you eat that are higher in iron, you don't get 100% of the absorption. Hey, Eldridge, you're trying to go, okay, yeah, definitely eating more greens. I love it. You're not going to get 100% of the iron absorption from everything that you eat, which means that you just have to eat things in abundance. So pair it with vitamin C, and I'm going to give you a list of the highest things in vitamin C. I'm also going to give you a recipe for a juice that pretty much if you were to drink this juice 3 or 4 days a week, within a month, you should be, along with the other things, you shouldn't have a problem with your iron levels anymore. You're going to be surprised to hear all of the things that block absorption of iron. Hey, Miss Ann, a lot of things block the absorption of iron. Those things are dairy. You have to refrain from dairy. They block the absorption with iron. If you're using antacids, they block the absorption of iron. Sugar, packaged foods, breads block the absorption of iron. Pasta turns into sugar, breads turn into sugar. Spicy foods decrease the absorption of iron. Junk foods decrease the absorption of iron. So this is why when you're taking iron supplements and iron tablets and getting infusions every month from the doctor, if you don't change the way you eat and the way you live, you'll just forever have to do those things. You'll have to get infusions. You'll have to take supplements. You'll have to take an iron tablet because and I always use this example, if your sink is leaking water from the bottom, if you do not plug it up at the bottom and you just keep running water through it, wondering why won't the water stay in it? Well, it's just going to keep going through it because you're doing something on the front end and you're not doing something on the bottom and it's not connecting. It doesn't work. So if you're going to take iron tablets or even increase your consumption of iron foods, you have to reduce the things that are blocking you from absorbing it. Coffee and black tea reduce the rate of iron absorption by 70%. Coffee and tea reduce your iron consumption or absorption by 70%. So those are some of the things that you have to eliminate from your diet. Some other things that block iron absorption is digestive issues. Hey, Jazz, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Jen, thanks for tuning in. Digestive issues, gut issues, if you have celiac disease, chronic inflammation reduces the absorption of iron. Too many grains. If you've had gastric bypass, they reduce the absorption of iron. Hey, Hope, thanks for tuning in. So that is the list. Aging. As we age, we will begin to, as we age, we retain iron less and less the older we get, which means that the older we get, the better we have to eat. And it starts at about the age of 35 and 40. If you're between the ages of 35 and 40, you have to begin to change your lifestyle. The body will no longer hold off while you eat junk food until you're 55. It just won't. It will break down way before that. Whether you have the physical symptoms of the breakdown or not at that time, it is going to break down. And so that's why, the average age of even being diagnosed with cancer is age 62. The body literally just cries uncle, like, I can't do it anymore. And so you have to begin to change your diet. The normal iron milligrams per day that just a normal person needs, a woman anyway, is 8 milligrams. For a man, I think it's like 15 if I'm not mistaken. 8 milligrams a day just for the average woman. If you are menopausal or having issues with low iron or you are anemic, you're going to need about 18 milligrams a day. Hey, Hope, yes, 35. That's when the body begins to hit the decline button if we don't get it together. So that's what you need. About 18 milligrams is what you should be aiming for. So a couple of things that I want to talk to you about is your spleen. So I have a Facebook group, and if you're a woman and you're not in this group, you should be in the group because I'm teaching all things health. And I'm starting from the basics, and I'm starting with the organs. So right now we're working on the liver. But the spleen is responsible for red blood cell production. If you are anemic, it is because you have low or unhealthy red blood cell production, which is why the oxygen can't get through the body. So it is the spleen right now that I want to talk to you about healing, putting some love and care into it. But remember, you still have to eliminate those things that are going to block absorption of iron, or you will forever be on supplements, and that's not what you want. So foods that will nourish your spleen: squash. So that would be pumpkin, butternuts, spaghetti squash. So those bright yellows. I would aim for about 2 servings a day, and a serving is a cup. So I would aim for about 2 servings a day. Green leafy vegetables, at least 2 servings a day. So you could, and I'm going to go over a list of exactly the foods that are really high in iron that you should be eating. Green leafy. So if you need 2 servings a day, and a serving is a cup, which is nothing. What is that? Like 2 leaves of kale and 2 leaves of collards. You do kale in a raw salad. You put your collards in a juice, and I'm going to give you an awesome juice recipe. And you may be able to even put it in a blender. I'm not sure, but somebody could kind of test it out. Bitter foods. So romaine, lettuce, arugula, dandelion. Think of those foods that are, those greens that are kind of on the bitter side. Watercress, that kind of have that bite or that kick. Hi, Reese, thanks for tuning in. So I wanted to show you bitter. Also, you can use an herb. Well, actually, I'll show you all of these herbs at the end, so we're not going back and forth. These are the actual foods, the leafy greens. So the bitter foods. So number 1 is foods with healing your spleen or getting your spleen healthy. The healthier you get your spleen, the healthier you get your spleen, the more you'll be able to overcome anemia. Hey, Sister Christy. Hi, Sillerstein. Thanks for tuning in. So number 2 is get your gut healthy. If your gut and digestion isn't healthy, you can't properly absorb iron. So to get your gut healthy, things like sauerkraut, probiotics are the easiest ways to kind of get your gut back in check. So you can do sauerkraut, you can do kombucha, you can do kefir. You can also take a probiotic. You want to aim between 50 and 100 billion IUs a day. Hey, Joe, thanks for tuning in. And that will help to get your gut healthy. Reducing the excess sugar because candida and anemia are linked. Candida, hi Anita, thanks for tuning in. Candida comes from sugar. It feeds off of sugar. Yeast in the body feeds off of sugar. That gives you the name Candida. Again, at the beginning of the video, I said that everything, no matter what the doctor names it, is from nutrient deficiency. Everything from cancer on down, it's just nutrient deficiency. The doctors are going to always come up with some kind of name that so much of the stuff we can't even pronounce. The underlying cause is nutrient deficiency, getting our organs healthy, getting our gut healthy, and all of that comes from changing the way we eat and the way we live. So, reducing the sugar in your diet. So, the next thing, and we talked about decreasing spicy foods, coffee, black tea. Coffee and black tea reduce the absorption rate by 70%. Like, that is huge, y'all. So if you're drinking 2 cups of coffee in the morning and taking an iron supplement in the afternoon, it doesn't matter. You're right, Brandy. The doctors don't want us healthy because it doesn't make any money. Hey, Cousin Jamie, thanks for tuning in. Iron-rich foods, which I'm going to give you a list of those. I'm going to give you a list of the foods and the herbs. Another thing that reduces the health of the spleen is lifestyle and stress. And believe me, I know that stress is huge. It is absolutely huge. Jamie, kiss those twins for me. It is huge. So anxiety, lack of sleep. So understand, hey, Miss Michelle, thanks for tuning in. So understand that, Jamie, a lot of women are anemic. So you'll have to rewind this video and just do these few things. I'm telling you, this stuff works, y'all. God's plan actually works with everything, believe it or not. So getting plenty of sleep, and that actually helps to eliminate everything because, and this is what I've been teaching in the group, and the group is called Well Women of Color. So if you're not a part of that group, you need to be a part of that. And you just search it in Facebook. So sleep is when your body, it's when your body refuels, it heals, it replenishes, it recharges, it does all of that when you are sleeping. Hey, Shantae, thanks for tuning in. So there is nothing you can heal if you're sleeping 4 hours a night, or if you're sleeping 6 hours a night, but it's broken up. And it's usually broken up because we don't eat well, we don't exercise well, we're stressed to the hilt, we can't sleep. But that is when your body heals itself and repairs itself. And the spleen is very, very big on this. Hey, Shaman, thanks for tuning in. So getting adequate rest, reducing the anxiety. So I want you to picture this. If you have so much anxiety going on where, like you have this knot in your stomach, can you imagine that everything is just tense, like you're in, if you're anxious or you're stressed or you're angry, what can the body do with that? Nothing. It's so tense. It's so, like everything is in a knot. It's not going to release. It's not going to heal. It's not going to do any of that. So prayer time, meditation time, quiet time, all of that helps to eliminate the stress. So let's talk about a food list. And then I'm going to give you a recipe for a juice. So if you eat meat, like organic beef liver, it's hard to even say this, but I know that people who aren't vegans, they do this and it's helped. So organic beef or chicken liver and bison, which is really high in iron. But hopefully, like, you won't want to do those ones, so we just kind of do it the whole food way. So some of the things, as I said earlier, you have to pair iron-rich foods with vitamin C foods. So let me quickly give you the few things that are really high in vitamin C that you should be pairing the food with. Broccoli, which has about 51 milligrams of vitamin C. Lemon, one lemon is 30 milligrams. So you could have one lemon a day. I have the group doing lemon water every morning, so it's half of a lemon. You could actually do a lemon water in the morning and a lemon water the other half at night. You can put one lemon in a juice, which the recipe does call for that, and that's 30 milligrams. Bell pepper. Do you know that one red bell pepper has almost 200 milligrams of vitamin C? Like, really, really amazing. Kale has 80 milligrams of vitamin C. Fresh orange juice. You can make, in fact, that's a recipe I'm going to be putting in the group. I'm going to start talking about having fresh orange juice in the morning. So, Brussels sprouts. So those are the things that are higher in vitamin C that you can pair with the iron-rich foods. So the highest in iron is going to be soybeans. So soybeans are actually, for 1 cup, almost 9 milligrams of iron, and again, you only need about 18 to 20 in order to begin to increase your iron, increase the iron in your body. So soybeans is really, really good. All right, Jamie. Yeah, I know it's on the West Coast. I forget that the time difference, but yes, please catch it tomorrow. So soybeans, lentils, very good. Very high in vitamin C as well. You can make a pot of lentils. And in fact, this list that I'm going to give you, I really want you to be creative and start putting this stuff together. Reese, what's your YouTube subscription? Yeah. Reese, I don't do YouTube yet, but join my private Facebook group called Well Women of Color, and you'll get tons and tons of really good health information every single day. So spinach, Swiss chard, cumin. So begin to just sprinkle cumin on your salad, sprinkle it on your food. Parsley, beet greens. Beets are really, really good for the liver, and they are high in iron. And beet greens. Collard greens, very high in iron as well. So soybeans and lentils and spinach are the highest. Tofu, good source of iron. Pumpkin seeds, I sprinkle raw pumpkin seeds on my salad every single day. I have for like 3 years. Brussels sprouts, kale, sesame seeds, very high. But let me tell you the very best thing that you should, if you are anemic, you have to go buy this. It's called, it's probably backwards, huh? Hold on. Okay, it is called black strap molasses. This is one of the most concentrated sources of iron. 1 tablespoon a day. If you are anemic, you have to get this. You can get it at Whole Foods and you can get it at natural grocers. It's also great for a mask. You just put it on your face and let it sit for an hour, and ladies, your skin and face will be very soft and smooth. And so blackstrap molasses, 1 tablespoon a day. If you are diabetic, do not use blackstrap molasses at all. Only for a face mask if you're diabetic. Hey, Miss Michelle, thanks for tuning in. So that's blackstrap molasses. So I want to show you the things that are higher in iron and vitamin C that you want to pair together. So camu is the highest source of vitamin C of anything. And I just wrote that on here. But I get this from Herbally Grounded. Or you can, if you don't live in Las Vegas, from an herb store. Bitter melon. And spirulina. So those are 3 things that you should be putting in a juice or a smoothie every day. If you are anemic, every single day. What other herbs? So we talked about the herbs that will support your spleen. Hi, Penny. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Ebony. Thanks for tuning in. Herbs that will support your spleen. Ginseng, dandelion, and nettle. So dandelion you can get in the greens as well as the tea. So look, if you are anemic, this is what I want you to do. I want you to get, sorry about that. If you are anemic, I want you to get dandelion and nettle in a cut tea, in a cut herb, I'm sorry. Get dandelion and nettle in a cut herb and drink that warm tea every evening. That will support your spleen. Your spleen helps with the production of red blood cells. You need healthy red blood cells in order to produce oxygen. And if none of this stuff is working, the doctor tells you you're anemic. Okay, got it? Hey, Janet, thanks for tuning in. Water therapy, and I'm going to have to do that in another video because I want to spend a little bit of time. The hot-cold water therapy is really, really good because it increases blood production and also blood circulation. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to regenerate your blood. So even all of these things that you want to start doing, you still got to give yourself about 3 months because your blood regenerates. So you have to give your body time to shed those old unhealthy blood cells and make new blood cells. So be patient. I teach this in my group all the time. It's not about, oh my God, this is the reason so many people are on medication and pills right now because it's quick. Well, when you're trying to heal your body God's way, it's not so quick. But the great thing is that it's forever. Like it lasts. So you're going to have to give yourself about 3 months. Yes, Brandy, you know, we talk about that in the group all the time, right? Being consistent. So let me make sure. No dairy, no dairy, no dairy. Like that's a huge one. I know it is, but you got to give it up if you're going to eliminate your issues with anemia. So I want to give you this juice recipe before we wrap it up. 1 medium beet, a half a sweet potato, 2 handfuls of spinach, a half a cup of parsley, 3 carrots, 2 leaves of Swiss chard, 1 lemon, and 2 leaves of kale. Okay? So I'm gonna go over it really quick again. One medium beet, and if you can find the beet with the greens, that is gonna be the best because you wanna use both of those. You just wash the beet off, you put the whole thing in there with the greens. So one medium beet with greens, if you can find it, if not, just the beetroot. A half of a sweet potato. Thank you, Hope, for you're fast. Hope, put the recipe right there. One medium beet, half a sweet potato, 2 handfuls of spinach, a half a cup of parsley, 3 carrots, 2 leaves of Swiss chard, 1 lemon, and 2 leaves of kale. So I'm sure Hope will add in those couple of other things that we need. Hey, Michelle, thanks for tuning in. Have that juice about 3 times a week. Add these other things into your diet that are rich in iron and rich in vitamin C. Reduce the foods that are hindering absorption of the iron. Get the spleen healthy by getting the herbs. Take 1 tablespoon of blackstrap molasses, and in 3 months, your body should be good to go. So that is all I have for you, and it goes without saying that you have to be drinking water. Water flushes out everything. You have to be getting enough water. So if you are not a water drinker, start with 4 bottles of water. You know, the 16.9, 4 bottles of water. Just, you got to get started with that. That's going to... Dehydration hinders healing anything in the body. So you got to do that as well. So that is all I have for you now, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, Debbie. We are wrapping it up, Debbie, but definitely listen to the replay. If you know of anyone who is anemic, please, please, please share this video. There are so many women now that are anemic. There are so many children that are anemic. There are so many people now that are on iron supplements, and most of them have side effects and they're toxic and all of that. So please share the video. Let's help to get our families healthy, our workplace healthy, our communities healthy, our cities, and ultimately we want to get our country healthy again. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is Roz Brooks signing off, wishing you love, peace, and a whole lot of kale. Good night, Michelle. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for tuning in. Catch the replay. And I'll see you guys in the group, Well Women of Color. Put it in the Facebook search, and I'll add you in. We have some really, really great things that are coming up. Yes, Reese, I am going to get on YouTube. Yes, there's so many things that I need to do, but that's definitely on the list. Thank you so much. Good night.